Hi and welcome to Fire Emblem Potluck, where we're moving into chapter 14 now. And I'll do so as usual, I'll do the Explorer in one video and I'll do the main chapter in a second video, I guess. Well, depending how long this chapter is.
Azure Moon. Guardian Moon. The Delusional Prince. Prince Dimitri and the remnants of the royal army join with the remaining Knights of Seiros to form a revitalized kingdom army. Using Garreg Mach as their base of operations, they rise to action against the Empire.
You? So you were alive after all.
Professor, it is so good to see you again. My brother and I were worried about you.
Gilbert told us everything. We are at your disposal.
Does my heart well to see that all of you are safe. Now that we have all gathered, let's discuss our next course of action.
We have two objectives: to overthrow the Empire and to rescue Rhea. I have no objection to joining forces with you. After all, our interests are aligned.
Nothing could be more reassuring than securing the cooperation of the Knights of Seiros.
The Archbishop entrusted all of her affairs to you. From now on, I shall comply with your wishes.
We'll make Garreg Mach our base, and prepare to make our stand against the Empire. There is a fair amount of damage, but we will at least have shelter from the wind and rain. Garreg Mach may be a strategic location, but it's too far from the front lines to be worthy of notice at the moment. This area is inconvenient as far as transport time is concerned, so it's of little importance to their war effort.
Even so, nothing slips past the Emperor. It is safe to assume she at least has this place under surveillance.
Professor, what do you think about making this place our base? Yes, that is a valid concern. Fortunately, there are still villages and hamlets nearby, and though I wouldn't call them abundant, we have war funds as well. What do you think, Your Highness?
Do as you please.
Hey, don't act like this doesn't concern you. We finally reunited after all this time. We've got to work together.
She's right. In fact, why don't we all join forces and clean this place up a bit?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. And it'll give us time to reminisce about all the good old days at the Academy. I can't wait.
How carefree of you.
It may sound trivial, but, well, I think it's a good idea.
I understand feeling impatient, Your Highness, but patience is key at a time like this. If we fix up our base, it will improve morale, which will be sorely needed as we...
Fools. Stay out of this.
Please, calm yourself, Your Highness. We are not your enemies.
My enemies say the same.
What happened to him? It's like he's a completely different person.
I feel so bad for him. Would it help if I brewed him a nice pot of tea?
I cannot claim to understand how he feels. However, the way he's behaving, it's as though he's being haunted by some unseen force. As am I.
Okay, so I need to look up my tea again. And I saw another tea party this month as well, like coming up at the end of the month. Okay, Ingrid. Okay, so Ingrid likes mint leaves and chamomile. We have both of those.
Thank you for inviting me. What a nice aroma. I really enjoy this. Thank you. Quite delicious. Yes.
Okay. Thinking maybe thanks for everything.
Wow. Yes.
Overcoming weaknesses, maybe? Okay. I'm not really sure. First meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Being here calms my nerves. Oh, but I'll leave if I'm in your way.
And apparently the correct answers for this are disagree and blush.
Thank you for the
Okay, I've got my charm increase, which will help with hitting with the gambits and with avoiding gambits from the enemy. Okay, and oh, I can do master exams. They gave me one master seal, which I feel is a bit stingy because they're kind of expensive. I want to have a look at my charm. 39. Okay, it's not bad. Oh, we might actually, if I keep on doing these tea parties, there's a chance I might actually be able to max out charm. Oh, and Dimitri's strength is like really high as well. So, yeah, like in this game, I've not actually, like in the whole of 3 houses, I've not capped a single stat in any playthrough. And it used to be sort of quite a common thing in the previous games to have like the stats getting capped and then having to get items to increase the caps and stuff. Although at the same time I've got all of the monastery stuff, so all of the maximums are increased at this point. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of supports, but I'll do this after I've explored a wee bit. Okay, so what is there? Blessing of the Land is one where we get like extra stuff from gardening. So I'm kind of tempted to actually swap the order of everything and do this one. Gilbert's birthday. Okay. Oh, where's our paralogue? We had a paralogue with Hilda. Maybe I need to get her back in my team or something, I'm not sure. Okay, let's just do the explore because I'm not really sure what's going on at the moment. Okay, but Hilda's here. Cyril's not here. Wondering if I've missed out on a paralogue. Okay, so let's have a look at what we can do for advanced exams. So I've got like access to quite a few things. All sorts of flying units, but I'm still working on my assassin, so I'm going to wait until I get this before I change classes. Somehow my lances are not high enough. So I might use lance a wee bit. I mean, the chances of passing are pretty good anyway, but... Okay. And Dimitri is a great lord, so... I think... Where is he? High Lord. Okay, and he's almost maxed this out. And his goals are presumably... well, probably has no goals, but I guess his like goal in the list is still to be a lord, so I'll just leave him in his thing. Wait. I can't even see his goals. He has no goals. Dimitri he's just angry. He just wants to kill everyone. He can do no supports either. Okay. Awesome. Okay, Felix can change, but he's still a sword master. Oh yeah, I'm not really wanting to change him into anything, so I'm hoping he doesn't ever choose to become a master class, because I don't think any of the master classes are better for him. Like, I don't want him to become a mortal savant because that has like a speed penalty, so Swordmaster has like a 20% speed boost, like a speed advantage like for the growths and stuff, whereas Mortal Savant has -10. And I really want him to be fast, like his job is to be fast and to dodge things, so yeah. Okay, Sylvain wants to be a Great Knight, or whatever the class is called. Okay, Great Knight. He's still working on things. Oh, that's right, I need to change, when we do the weekly things, I need to put him on heavy armor training. How's Mercedes doing? So, okay, so she can become a Grimoire, but she hasn't chosen to do this yet. She wants to be a warlock right now, I think. So I guess I have to wait for her to come up with this goal. Come on, Mercedes, it has to be a Grimoire. I'm not sure how the goals actually work, so it'd be a bit annoying if actually she's never going to choose to be a better class. Like Frederick still doesn't have any goals at all. Okay. I guess I'm gonna, I think he's, what is he, he's like axes and lances or something. Okay, so I might switch him into the warrior thing. Since he'll probably have more of a chance at that than any of the others. Well, yeah, I already saw this was the case. So for the warrior, it has a 70% chance. I guess this is not bad, I'm gonna go for it. Okay, we've got success.
What?
Okay. Dorothea was wanting to be a sword master before, well, like some sort of sword unit, so she can't actually become a sword master, surely. Be insane. Dorothea. Focus on sword skill to excel as a sword fighting class. I might actually try making her a sword master. The plus side of this is that I don't need to change her to mercenary, because if she fails then she'll be blocked out of it. Oh, and she did fail. Yeah, it's not meant to be Dorothea. Choose to be a mage, please. Petra wants to be an assassin, so she is that. I'll leave her there for now until she changes her mind. Marianne wants to be a holy knight. I can't do anything about it. And Leonie has no goals either. Oh, but she's like... Okay, nowhere near getting bow knight. She needs to be doing some riding if she's wanting to get that. Okay. Gilbert we're not using, so he's not in the list of characters. So actually I'm not going to change anyone to masterclass just yet. Ferdinand is level 30, but he doesn't have, presumably because yeah, he would need to have horse riding, and nobody has horse riding because they're choosing stuff for themselves. So I can't make them do horse riding in advance. Okay, so Explorer. So it's all 5 years later now. I've got like a lot of supporters even for myself. One thing I'm wanting to do is change Felix into normal clothes. Oh, there's different versions of the loungewear, but they look the same. Oh, but is it with different hair? Okay. Okay, so I quite like having Dimitri wearing this stupid outfit because what's the difference even? Are they just okay, it is. It's like the same kind of clothes, but like with the eye patch. On the plus side, so that's kind of funny because obviously his like war armor is bulkier, so sometimes when they have the scenes you can see that his arms are like too far out because they're like sitting on where this like really horrible cloak is. But I kind of like having him in this loungewear as if he's chilled when he's so clearly not. But it's not as funny for Felix anymore, so I wonder if anybody else, who else would be funny to put in loungewear? Nah, it's boring. No one else is so serious. Ferdinand would be quite funny. Nah, just Dimitri. Okay. And I think I've like got all my skills up to the max that they can be. Oh, if I can get someone to teach me faith, I can finally get this thingy, budding talent unlocked. Oh, there's like a whole bunch of things that I can just unlock right now. Oh, and I've got points as well. Like, just buy all my classes. Okay. Anyway. Getting distracted by silly things. Okay, we have like a whole bunch of quests to do here. The town is in a bit of a mess, so we need to like go and fix things. Repair stuff, get some more shops.
Got a favor to ask.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, and the gatekeeper survived.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. You know, it's such a thrill to be able to greet you like this again. I almost died as well in the battle 5 years ago, but I won't allow any enemies to get into this place again. I promise you that. Even if the Death Knight shows up, I'll be sure to... Well, for now I'll keep training, so I can eventually feel confident that I can stop him.
Okay, we're not scared of the Death Knight. We've killed him every time so far. Okay, Marianne's here.
Is there any reason for me to remain here?
Also with the new
I want
haircut.
to be useful, of course, but I'm not sure anyone needs me. If you really mean that, I will stay and do my best to help.
So I'm not really sure what's happened to all of the knights and the monastery staff like Cyril and Manuela Hanneman. Normally I would recruit these characters when they become available, but because of the rules for the run and stuff, I haven't directly recruited anyone, so everyone that joined just joined like they asked to join.
I need a favor.
And then, so Hanneman, Catherine and Manuela all turned up in the battle at the end of part 1.
Is Dedu really gone? There's so much more I wanted to say to him. He was always so tender with the flowers in the greenhouse. I wonder how they're doing.
Yeah, and so they all turned up. So normally I've not had this happen because they've all been in my squad and have not just randomly appeared in the battle. And both Hanneman and Manuela had to withdraw. So I don't know if, like, Hanneman definitely sounded like he was just retiring, but I don't know if Manuela's actually like dead.
Hey, Professor!
in my
You
game now.
won't believe what happened. I figured I couldn't go back to the Empire after Garrick Mach fell, so I started drifting across the Kingdom and Alliance. Then, I just happened to run into our old class, so we came back to the monastery together.
Okay, and like Casper's one of the Black Eagle's house characters that we actually managed to recruit, or that asked to join the party. Oh, I apparently have put
Finally
Mercedes
managed to meet up
in
with everyone
loungewear.
again, but they're all so gloomy. Hey, Professor, care to join me for a cup of tea? We could invite the others and the soldiers. Doesn't it? Oh, there probably isn't time to bake any treats, though. Oh, I should invite Dimitri to come along as well. Though I don't
She's not
suppose
been
he'll
talking
want
to
to
Dimitri.
join in.
We should not invite Dimitri anywhere. It's like completely broken. Okay.
Listen.
Professor. Hello there.
Oh, we've got a support here. Okay, Petra. Oh, Petra's still with us. Good, good. She's like part of our main team.
Please do not be concerned. I just did too much overworking and lost my strength. Yes, I have no problems. Accept my apology for giving you worry. I have sorrow. I am sorry to be fainting at a time like this. Even though I was not asking for your care and attention, you gave it willingly. Will you have a listen to me? There is something that I must be saying. I am thinking you already have knowledge of why I came to Fodlan. Not for studying, but as a hostage for the Empire. So that Bridget would not be rebelling anymore. It feels like a knife against my throat. That I am making my grandfather obey the Empire. If I were running away from the Empire, then Bridget would be defeated. I am not having any options. To be living, I must be fighting to win. For Bridget to be living, the Empire needs to be crushed. So I must be crushing the Empire. That is what my people are wanting from me. And what my grandfather, the King of Bridget, is wanting. My want? I am not knowing of that. The wants of my people are something I have power to achieve. Their wants are my own. What I really want... I have understanding. Wait, no, I actually do not have understanding. Yet. What I am understanding is that there is something I am not understanding. Before the war is over, I will have understanding. That you can be counting on.
Professor, I am so glad you are unharmed. No matter the path you walk, I will be with you every step of the way. Anything you ask of me, I shall see it through. You saved my life, and I am in your debt.
During the Millennium Festival, the leaders of all territories were supposed to gather together and pledge perpetual peace. But now that hope has been dashed, thanks to the Emperor's actions. The Alliance is also divided on the subject of the Empire, so internal conflicts are a regular occurrence.
During his search for her grace, the Archbishop, Seteth has visited churches all across the land. It served to demonstrate to the devout across Fodlan that the Church of Seros is still going strong. As a result, the faithful are not currently in a state of chaos.
Professor? This may seem a bit sudden, but I want to thank you, Professor. That is, for letting me live my life the way I want. I've noticed you've been giving me fewer of those soul-revealing gazes lately. I appreciate you making an effort to not trouble yourself over who I spend my time with. Well, of course. Did you think I wouldn't notice? It's kind of sweet in its own way. Professor, may I tell you a story about when I was younger? I was an orphan, living in the back alleys of Enbar, until one day I was overheard singing. That was when my new life began. I was suddenly a songstress in the Middle Franc Opera Company. Performers, nobility. I met so many people. But none of them ever really knew me. I was just some young, pretty girl who could sing. A spectacle to be admired. Even though everyone praised my looks and my voice, and they showered me with gifts, I knew one day I'd be old. My looks would fade, my voice would change. I wouldn't sound the same. And I started to wonder, when I did get old, what would I have left? I'd be old, alone, and back on the streets of the capital, right where I'd started. You can never be certain about what the future will bring. I never had much to begin with in life, and I worry that one day I'll be that way again. That's why I keep searching for someone who will love me. Someone unaware of the songstress, who can love a girl that used to be scared and alone on the streets of the capital. I wonder if such a strange person can even exist.
A moment, please.
Okay. I'm thinking...
In the Alliance, the Lords have been at odds, so peace and prosperity have declined there as well. In particular, bandits have been appearing in large numbers near the Great Bridge of Murden. Rumor has it that the domain's lord, someone by the name of Acheron, is a completely ineffectual leader.
How? We have given proper burial to the Imperial soldiers killed in the monastery, the ones who were sent to investigate the thieves. Already, rumors spread that they were utterly annihilated. So regardless of whether there are spies observing us, the Imperial army will know of this soon enough. Your Highness, Dimitri, how could you be so reckless? I have a request. Thank you very much.
So these supply runs are going to be coming every month, and there's a good chance I'm not going to be able to do most of them because they require like a lot of the time to like you have like really low level ingredients. So
I have lost my dominion. My nobility may seem
apparently
like
I've changed
nothing more
both
than a
outfits,
title,
so I'm going to need to go change
but I will
them
never
back.
lose my noble heart. I will stop Edelgard, even if it costs me my life. I have turned my blade against her now. I cannot go back on that decision. Professor, do you think I chose the wrong path? You are right.
Really?
5 long years I've searched for you and the Archbishop. It is a pleasure to see you again. The Church of Seiros will follow you from now on, but please do not abandon the search for Lady Rhea. Wherever she is, Rhea is doubtlessly waiting for you. Please do not let her down.
Well...
Request items.
Hello. I have a request concerning that creature. I can hardly look at the thing in the state it's in. Do something about it. Please do. We tracked the boar for 5 years. I thought he was dead. In the state he's in, he might as well be. He's gotten better at killing people, and in exchange, surrendered what little humanity he had.
Oh, I wonder if we can give people bad advice. Oh, we have one note. So I think this is Ash. Okay, this thing sounds like an Ash type of thing to say. Okay, good.
Let's see. It seems that in the last 5 years, the monks here have left this place for the town below. However, once they learn of our return, perhaps they'll come back. I hope the monastery can return to normal someday.
Hey, you. Professor.
Hey, Professor. Can we talk? I feel terrible about the last time we spoke. I was trying to apologize and just ended up losing my temper again. I'm really sorry. I figured you'd say that, but I still feel like an idiot. Somehow, I just have a hard time keeping my feelings in check around you. And I think if I don't just tell you what I'm thinking, we'll never be able to have a normal conversation. So, let me clear the air. I want us to, engage. Yeah, exactly. I know it's a sudden thing to ask, but I'm not going to feel settled until I know where I stand. Would you do that for me? Good. Don't hold back, okay? I want to see you at your absolute best. Phew. You got me. I'm completely outmatched. Maybe, but you were definitely stronger. Honestly, that's what I needed to see. You're a true successor to Captain Gerald's style of swordplay. I almost felt like you were him. I thought I was competing with you, but that's as pointless as competing against him would have been. So instead of that, I'm going to focus on keeping the promise I made to him. Captain Gerald said that if anything should happen to him, I'd have to support you in his place. He didn't sound serious at the time, but it was right before before we lost him. So, I've decided. I'd like to do just what he said. I know I'm not as strong as I need to be, but I swear to you, I'll train until I am. What do you say? Can I call you my employer? Yes, it's official. I'll protect you no matter what.
Professor!
Oh, good. Thanks.
Hey!
I should probably keep things to myself. But in all honesty, what matters to me, more than anything, is ensuring a peaceful, quiet future for my parents. I don't care about the kingdom. I simply want to remove the threat of the Empire. Because of this, Dimitri's fixation on Edelgard is convenient to me. I fight for my own reasons, and no others.
So it's like, I'm finding it quite interesting that in the different routes, when you have characters recruited from other house, they'll have different things to say for the different playthroughs.
Let me see. At last, I return to my domain. My lonely paradise. My realm of exquisite solitude. Huh? Professor? Is that you? You didn't hear that just now, did you? Right! You didn't? Well, good.
Professor! Well...
Professor! Do you have a minute, Professor? I gotta talk to you. I've been thinking a lot about those brigands with the scorpion tattoos, and I realized something. I mean, I'll feel better if I get this off my chest, right? No, I really want you to hear this. I've never thought about something so hard in my life. Okay, listen. I think I can't deny who I am. I know you were right 5 years ago when you told me not to chase after that suspicious guy. But I still can't get over the possibility that he might have hurt those kids. I would have regretted not stopping him for the rest of my life. There's no way I could forgive myself. It sounds awful to say, but the safety of those kids is more important to me than the knights we lost. I'm sorry, Professor, but I can't promise that I won't disobey your orders in the future. I know. It's too big a risk to keep me around. I won't cause a fuss. I'll just pack my bags and... Wait, what? I guess so. You're really okay with me sticking around? Even if I might not always follow orders? People could get hurt if you let me keep doing things my way. Just like that? I almost can't believe it. I really struggled to come to this decision, you know? I want to stand by your side, but I won't stop standing up for what I believe in. I know I might cause trouble for everyone, but I just... You know, I give up. I've got nothing else to say. I should have just kept my mouth shut. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Professor. Thanks for accepting me for who I am. I'm glad I get to keep fighting by your side.
I'm so glad I found you here, Professor. Now I don't have to worry about what to do with myself. Captain Geralt told me to look out for you after all. So now my purpose is clear. I'll do everything I can to protect you.
Edelgard is controlling the Empire. She is putting the pressure on the Kingdom and Alliance. Empire and religion are at open war. It will be difficult for us at first, but corrupt nobles are many. That means the common people will rebel and be joining our side. With you, Professor, the battle tides will turn. I have certainty.
These past 5 years, many kingdom houses have become vassals of the Empire. The major houses of Fraldarius, Gautier, Karen, and my own family Galatea remain loyal. But the lords of the minor domains in the west have almost entirely defected. After all the royal family has done for them, they respond with betrayal, and to think they have the gall to call themselves nobles. But we still have His Highness, and you, Professor. I'm sure we can take back the kingdom's lands.
That reminds me, Garreg Mach is a mess. So is Dimitri, honestly. If not for you arriving, Professor, I'd be heading home about now. Though staying here is still more appealing than living with my big brother. Garreg Mach, if not though stay...
Dear Goddess, I ask for guidance. Professor, you're always watching over me, aren't you? I've spent my entire life avoiding people. Speaking to others was so difficult for me, so I made a point to always be alone. Animals and the goddess were the only ones I could really open up to. Do you remember the time you asked what it was I prayed for? Yes, but that wasn't the case. Back then, I felt that my life served no purpose and that I was nothing more than a burden. In truth, I was begging the goddess to take me to her. That was my daily prayer. But now I fear the idea of dying and being left alone. I have friends who accept me for who I am now, in spite of my crest. And I have you watching over me. I finally learned to accept the kindness and warmth of others. It's because of you, Professor. Because of you, I've decided to live. I'm sorry to have worried you, but I'm all right now. Even if I'm separated from you or any of my friends, the memories I've made here will give me the strength to continue on. Oh, I'm sure I'll have the strength to move forward if we're together.
How? We have given a Sorigio.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Oh, I guess I need A+ for my heavy armor skill that I've been trying to get. Oh well. So I guess you've probably noticed as we've been talking to the characters that actually for the students you can now get training from them as well. So we've lost a few of our faculty members so at the moment. I don't know if any of them are going to come back. but we've got the option of getting trained by the students if they have a higher level in something than we do. So I guess for many they don't, because I've kind of bought like really high levels and everything. But hopefully we can, yeah, get a few. I'm trying to look for this. Okay, this is our last support from the student.
Ugh, that hurts. Ah, Professor. Thanks for stopping by. It's not bad. I was even told I'd be cleared for service starting tomorrow. Besides, I got this scar fighting for you. It's almost like a medal or something. I certainly meant it when I said it, but when I thought you were going to be killed for real, my reflexes kicked in. I reacted without thinking. It doesn't mean I've stopped being jealous of you. But come on, I can't help but look up to you. If I'd had the guts to run away from home, I wonder if I would have cared as little about my crest as you do yours. No, but if I thought I could have escaped, I would have tried. I'd leave behind House Gautier and the life of a nobleman and anybody who knew I had a crest. Our home is to the very north of the kingdom. Just across the mountains from us is land inhabited by foreigners to Fodlan. It once belonged to Fargus, but now that the kingdom has collapsed, it's only a matter of time until fighting breaks out. Anyway, that land has been contested for centuries, and all that time, it has fallen to House Gautier to protect it. Actually, our Lance of Ruin has been doing most of the protecting. Those were dangerous times. One wrong step, and we would have lost our relic to the church. My father was afraid that the church would try to keep the lance, so he entrusted it to me. If an emergency arose, I was supposed to be called back home. I guess those very situations are why my family values crests so much. Since I bear a crest, my parents made sure I was never left wanting. My older brother didn't have one, and so when I was born, he was pushed aside. You know, he once shoved me in a well. He left me on the mountainside in the middle of winter, too. Even as a little kid, I understood why he was like that. My mere existence stole everything from him. I have no right to complain when I am surrounded by people who would give anything to bear a crest, but do not. Now, women smile at me for the same reason my parents adore me, and my brother wanted me dead. And I have to meet them all with a smile and a wink, because I have a crest. Yeah, it's late to admit it, but I get you. It would be best just to tell them to heap their empty praise elsewhere. Anyway, it was pretty unreasonable of me to resent you. I'm really sorry about that. And I want to say thank you, Professor. Seriously, thank you. Before I met you, I'd gone my whole life not knowing there was another way for me to live. So, from the bottom of my heart, I'm glad we met.
Now that I think about it, His Highness was right. We probably don't have time to waste on cleaning. Maybe I wasn't taking the situation seriously enough. After all, the Imperial Army could be showing up at any time. I was just so happy to see you again. And everyone else too. Maybe I got carried away. Oh, really? That's so nice to hear.
Professor!
Hey! Hey, Professor. It's been a while. It's really good to see you again. Gorgeous as ever, might I add. An awful lot has happened in these past 5 years. There were so many times I wished you were around. I'm glad you're back. Your skills are worth more than a whole army. Hey, Professor. I'm glad you're back.
Professor!
So before I go and do the meals, I'm going to go and do the sports. So there's quite a few characters that actually need some motivation, but like let's try to optimize this a wee bit.
Sylvain, eat these.
What are these, Felix? Oh, hey, is this candy?
A girl in town gave them to me, but I don't want them.
Right, you don't like sweet stuff. Thanks, I'll eat them later. So, what do you need? Want me to help you get closer to a girl? Just point her out.
You're incorrigible. No, I wanted to thank you for your help in battle. If you hadn't spotted that enemy ambush, I would have been killed.
Nah, I didn't do anything special. Friends help each other out, especially on the battlefield. Just a little give and take, you know?
You never change.
Nope. I try to stay on an even keel.
You're always...
Always what?
Nothing.
Come on. If you've got something on your mind, then say it.
Maybe I'll tell you later, maybe I won't.
Fair enough. I'll be having something to eat while you're deciding... whatever it is you're deciding. Actually, come with me. My treat. If you do want to talk, then I'm right there.
Okay, just this once. Only because you saved my life.
Free food, possible conversation, and when we're done, we can find some girls. It was a joke! Felix, I was joking! Come on, let's just go eat.
Here you are.
Oh, were you looking for me, Felix?
You were injured in the last battle. Are you okay?
I'm fine now. Thank you for your concern.
You really are troublesome.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to get in your way out there. I just couldn't help but worry. I was only trying to keep an eye on you.
What are you even doing on the battlefield? You endangered yourself and got hurt. Such a stupid thing to do.
Yes, of course, you're right. I have no excuses.
If you intend to carry on being such a fool, you'd best stay near me.
Are you sure? I'd hate to get in your way again.
You can, You can keep thinking of me as your little brother. And that'd be better than going through this again.
But I thought you didn't like that. Didn't you say you were fed up with it?
I am fed up with it. I've already spent years filling in for someone who's dead. My older brother inspired love and respect. He was a great knight. He died. Since his death, his memory has followed me around like a shadow.
Oh, I didn't know you had a brother too.
I don't let my personal feelings distract me on the battlefield. Still, do I really remind you of him?
Well, you don't look like him, but something about you feels so familiar. It just makes me want to protect you. That's not to say that you're incapable or unreliable or anything like that. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You're the one who just came to check on me.
You need to pay attention to your surroundings. You're reckless. Lives are at stake, including mine when I have to run over and save your skin.
Yes, I'll try to be more careful. Thank you for being so kind, Felix.
Whatever.
Felix! I've awaited this fated day.
You don't change. Still prattling on about it.
Aw, come on. I just want to hear what you thought of the cake I gave you.
It was edible.
If by edible you mean incredible, then yes, I agree.
It was satisfying and lightweight. I imagine it would be quite useful as a battlefield provision.
Please refrain from lumping delectable cake into the same category as provisions.
You're upset and I don't understand why. I'm complimenting the cake. You cured my dislike of sweets. For that, I thank you.
You have an interesting way of giving compliments, but I'm glad you liked it.
Yes. Got any cakes on you?
You say that as though I just carry cake on me at all times. Did you want some?
That's not what I meant. If you baked a cake, however, I wouldn't object to eating a slice.
If cake is what you want, you can just ask me directly. It just so happens I have a brand new recipe I tried out, special for you. It's delicious and not overly sweet. Perfect for you.
Okay.
Go on, take a bite. You love it, I can tell. Here, try this one out too. See? So amazing, huh? Just keep working on that sweet tooth of yours. Then we can share cake notes together and eat cake together all the time. That is, it just sounds nice is all.
Okay. That does sound nice.
Oh, how unlucky that we were assigned to clean this ancient tower.
It's not a pleasant job, but someone has to do it.
With all the windows boarded up, it's so dark. And there are strange noises. Like that noise. What was that? A rat? Tell me it was a rat.
Better than a ghost.
You're not scared of ghosts, are you, Ash? I didn't think you'd be.
You haven't seen what I've seen. Ah!
Ah! Oh no! What was that noise?
It's okay. It's just the wind blowing the door shut. Oh no, the latch is rusted. It won't budge.
What? You mean we're trapped in here?
I'm sorry. I didn't think to prop the door open.
Don't worry about that now. We need to think of a way out of here.
Well, what if we were to pry the boards off the windows?
Yes, that! We can do it in no time.
Oh, there's something on my face!
Calm down, Ash. It's a cobweb. Just a cobweb. We've got to pull ourselves together. Now, which of the windows should we check? I can't stand it here in the pitch dark.
Oh, I've got one here. Stand back. Oh, we made it.
I wouldn't want to go through that again. For a moment there, I didn't think we'd make it out alive. No. Oh, wait! I've lost it. It's gone.
What is it?
The doll my father gave me. Oh, I must have dropped it.
In the tower? Are you going back for it?
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I've been meaning to throw it out for a while now.
Are you sure? If it was a gift from your father...
Yes, but it can't be helped. Let's just get back to the monastery.
Right. Over here, Petra.
Ash, I do not have familiarity with this alley.
That's all right. This is the place I was talking about. It's not much to look at, but the food's incredible.
Here you are, friends. Enjoy your meal.
Looks great. Let's dig in.
Okay, I will be giving this my try. Oh, it has a delicious flavor. Ash, what is this dish being called?
I'm not sure it has a name. They just kind of throw together whatever they've got. But that means you never eat the same dish twice. Not knowing what you'll get is part of the fun.
A dish of infinite varieties. You would not be finding such a wonder in a restaurant for nobles. A commoner technique indeed. I give you my gratitude, Ash. I have learned a great many things about the commoner techniques.
No need to be so formal. I like showing you around. Not many people want to come to places like this.
But I am feeling that our deal has been very... one-sided. Are you sure you are not needing anything in exchange? If you are not wanting any curses, I can offer other information in trade.
Hey, come on, stop that.
Stop that? What am I stopping?
Talking about payment. You don't owe me anything. We're friends, aren't we? Friends don't pay each other for the time they spend together.
You and I are friends? Are you speaking truth?
I hope so, at least. So why don't we just talk about whatever we'd like, okay?
I have understanding. I will now be speaking whatever I wish. You are my friend. There are many things I am wishing for you to know.
Mercedes, you're looking divine as always.
Good evening, Sylvain. Thank you for coming out to see me.
Just the two of us meeting at this time of night? You move quicker than I thought.
Hmm? I don't know what speed has to do with it, but there was something I wanted to talk to you about.
Ah, okay. I probably should have figured that out.
I can be so forgetful at times. I neglected to mention this the other day. I meant to say that I know you've been through a lot in this life.
Huh? Me?
Your parents have placed a great deal of pressure on you as their heir. And it's all because you were born with a crest. You've had to put up with such lofty expectations.
All of the kingdom's noble houses expect a lot from their heirs. I'm no different from any other noble guy or gal. We've all got responsibilities.
But didn't you mention that your brother envied you enough to wish you dead? I'm sure that wasn't easy.
Thinking about it, life was probably a lot harder for my brother than it ever has been for me.
Didn't you also mention that women were only interested in having your, as you say, crest baby? I'm not very interested in the particulars, but I get the feeling that you don't care very much for these women who throw themselves at you.
I'd appreciate it if maybe you kept that observation between the two of us.
Your secret's safe with me. I understand the pain you've had to carry.
I know you've got your share of bad memories too, but...
That's why you feel comfortable letting your guard down around me. Come now. That's enough with the sad smile.
Mercedes. Was my sad smile really that bad? Did it ruin my dashing good looks?
Not at all. You actually look more handsome to me with honesty on your face.
Aw, here come the waterworks.
Don't be ashamed of crying. I'm here to protect you. Will you protect me in return?
I will. I promise. You know, Mercedes, you really are a special lady. Why am I so unlucky with women lately?
Oh, Sylvain, what's that face for? Have you been dumped again?
Isn't there an unwritten rule you shouldn't ask someone that?
I'm sorry. I thought you didn't mind being dumped. So your love life can get you down sometimes after all. Who knew?
I'm sad every time I break up with someone. It's just, I usually try to be the one doing the breaking up. I've never had a hard time with girls. Ever. Not until recently. But now when I think about it, I wonder what any of them even liked about me. It's not as if any of them knew much about me. I don't get it.
Isn't that what a relationship is for? Learning about someone else? You can't know it all right at the start.
I asked you before if you would have invited me out if I was a peasant.
You did ask me that, yes.
That was wrong of me to say. It's not an excuse, but I'm always so suspicious. I'm a nobleman with a crest. The marriage proposals don't stop coming. Everybody wants me. Except, they don't actually want me at all. They want my bloodline. Within my family and without. It's always the same story. Sometimes I think that if I didn't have a crest, no one would look at me twice.
I see. And you're probably not wrong. Honestly, I've had those same sort of thoughts myself.
Oh? What sort of thoughts might those be?
I sang, people cheered and applauded, and when I walked off stage, I'd find the same thing every night. A mountain of presents and marriage proposals. But none of those people knew me. All they knew was the singer they saw on the stage. All they wanted was my looks and my voice. None of them even tried to get to know the real me.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this somewhere.
We may come from different places, but we're much the same, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I suppose we are. Look, Dorothea, I've realized something. Even if you were an old grandma, I'd still flirt with you. And I'd absolutely win you over. Though, I'd much rather win you over now, and be with you until you become an old grandma.
That might be the most legitimately romantic thing you've ever said, Sylvain. And I can't say I disagree. I'd rather you win me over now, too. So that I can stay by your side until you're an old grandpa.
Well, before any of that, will you go to dinner with me?
I'd be happy to.
Annie, do you have a moment?
Is this about what happened when we were shopping? If so, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Not so fast. I haven't properly apologized yet. So, I'm sorry. I got scared. Imagine if something bad happened to you because of me.
Mercy.
You would have just run away if you were on your own, wouldn't you? Instead, you acted defensively because I was there. I dragged you down.
Mercy, you're upsetting me! How dare you say that you dragged me down? You know why I was acting so recklessly? Because I wanted to protect my best friend in the whole world.
Annie.
Do you remember when we first enrolled at the academy? It seemed like everyone was leagues ahead of us and so far out of reach. I felt completely hopeless. But because you were there, I didn't lose hope. So, don't say stupid things about how you dragged me down or how you don't deserve things.
Thank you for saying that. And again, I'm sorry. You're just so important to me. I know I could never find another friend like you. You've stayed by my side through thick and thin. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if anything happened to you because of me.
Mercy, can we be friends again?
Of course, Annie. Friends forever.
Good. I don't know what I would have done if we hadn't found a way to make up.
I'm sorry. I should have said something sooner.
No, I'm the one who should have stopped being so stubborn and said something. You know, now that everything's as it should be, I'm suddenly starving.
That's just like you. Come, let's go for tea.
Ooh, let's! And we should have some Mercy-baked sweets on the side. I think I love you more than just about anything in the world.
You do? Oh, Annie, you're too sweet.
Not as sweet as your baking. I love your baking more than anything in the world, too. Other than you.
Well, I'm always happy to bake for you, Annie.
I'm so happy to have you bake, back.
Hey, Petra. How's training going?
It is going well. I am not having any troubles right now.
Good, good. At least things haven't gotten worse, right? So, did you hear what happened the other day? The professor, really.
Caspar.
Oh, whoa, okay, there's no need for that.
You are the son of my father's killer. That means I must be killing you and taking revenge.
What? I thought you said it wasn't a big deal. We're not our parents and all that.
Your optimism is not making sense. It is not possible that you are not having hatred for me. My father was killed. By the Empire. By your father. And so I will be impaling you on this blade to be satisfying a deep wish of mine.
A deep wish? What are you talking about?
I am talking about my wish. Of course, I am also having another wish. An even deeper wish. I wish for you and I to keep being friends. To keep fighting and surviving together. When you are speaking of your father, it is with a proud smile that injures my heart. But that is only a small thing. You also are working harder than anyone I am knowing, so I can't bring myself to be killing you.
I see. So you do hate me because of what happened, but you still want to be my friend? You haven't stabbed me yet, so you obviously want me to live more than you want me to die. I hope.
That must be the truth. More than all of it, I am not wishing to be losing you. It would give me great sadness.
Oh, okay, that's a relief. I don't want to lose you either, and I definitely don't want to fight you. To be honest, if things were the other way around, I don't think I'd be able to forgive you. I'd hate you, and I'd hate myself for feeling that way.
Caspar.
But you're not like that. You see me as your ally and your friend. You had the chance to kill me, but you used it to show me that you want me to live. You really are an incredible person, Petra. I want to be more like you. I want to prove that I'm a good friend. I promise, you won't regret letting me live.
You have my gratitude for your understanding. Hearing your words gives me great happiness. I was always feeling a barrier between our hearts. I am sure I was also the one putting it there. But from now onward, I will be sharing all of my heart with you. My grief and anger, joy and love, all of it.
I'd like that, Petra. From now on, we'll be more honest and open with each other.
Okay, so we still have 8 points to use up, and quite a few characters in need of motivation. Okay, so there's not many characters left who have supports open. Felix can get Dorothea. Where's Dorothea? She has full. Okay, so
that looks... Yeah!
Okay, so Lysithia also was needing some... Okay, Mercedes, Ferdinand, Lysithia... Okay, that's all. So we don't have so many, so I should be able to get a good amount of faculty training in as well. So, okay, so with Mercedes we can get some new supports with Ferdinand. And then Lysithia as well. Lysithia and Marianne, maybe? Yeah, okay.
Eating delicious food really takes my worries away.
I like this dish.
And I'm going to want a boost as well. Okay, so don't have to do it. I'm hoping he'll come back, but at the moment we don't have to do it, so I'll get ash cooking instead. If I got anyone in my team. Actually, Mercedes, she's in my team. Okay. So I would quite like a defense boost maybe. How are we for the... I still have quite a lot for the speed boosts. Okay, I'm gonna go for defense this time round.
I see. Cooking is... Wow.
Okay, we've got a couple of new supports as well.
Mercedes! Finally! There you are.
Ah, Ferdinand. Why are you so short of breath?
I just wanted to show you something.
What's this? Oh.
Yes, these are financial records that I recovered from your adoptive father. They prove that when he adopted you, large sums of money changed hands.
Where did you come across these?
I stealthily made my way into Ferdinand and looked around his estate. It was easy. That kind of thing is no trouble for an intrepid young noble such as myself.
That's amazing! I mean, amazingly irresponsible. I can't believe you put yourself at risk for my benefit. I really wish you wouldn't do such things.
No, I did it for my benefit. I could not help myself. With these documents, we can show everyone what a scoundrel your adoptive father really is. His noble aspirations will be crushed. The lord of the region will probably rescind his adoption contract. In other words, you will be free. Here, take them. Do with them what you will.
Do you really believe these will set me free?
Yes, of course. You will be free to decide your own path in life, and go wherever your heart leads you.
That does sound nice, but... I'm sorry, Ferdinand, but I think you should hold on to the documents.
Why? Is this not what you want?
I've lived so much of my life following everyone else's lead, so much so that I've come to terms with it. It's almost unavoidable at this point. But with these, I could regain my freedom and change all that.
You baffle me. Do you not wish to be free?
Of course I do. Let me try that again in a way you might understand. Ahem. A true noble cuts their own path, seizing freedom from the clutches of tyranny.
I cannot argue with that. Fine then. I will hold on to the documents.
But I'm really very happy that you're so concerned with my well-being, Ferdinand. It means so much to me that you went through all that trouble on my behalf.
Of course, Mercedes. The smile on your face is well worth the effort.
Marianne, do you mind if I ask you about something?
Yes?
It's about animal behavior. Among us all, you surely know the most about animals. I've read that in outdoor battles, wild animals can sometimes cause unexpected confusion. What do you think would be the best strategy to... are you listening, Marianne?
I was listening. I just don't think I can really...
For crying out loud! Why do you always have to admit defeat before even giving yourself a chance?
My advice would probably just put everyone in danger. You'd be better off without me.
This is beyond ridiculous. You're impossible. You seem convinced you're some sort of cursed being, destined to bring doom and gloom to anyone you encounter.
Well...
Why do you have such a terrible opinion of yourself? How could you possibly be so dense? Just nothing. Now you listen to me for a moment. I can see that you have some deep-seated turmoil you struggle with. I'll have you know I have quite a few issues of my own, perhaps more grave than yours, if you can imagine.
Really?
Yes, but I'm not the only one who has such troubles to contend with. Everyone does. That's why it's so important to maintain a positive outlook and do what we can. Each time we find the light in the dark, we grow, bit by bit. And without growth, what's the point in carrying on?
Lysithia, I envy your confidence and strength.
Don't envy me. Instead, just choose to find the positive, won't you?
Yes. Well, maybe someday.
The time is now! This is your moment!
Oh, okay.
That's more like it. Now to start, why don't you help me out by answering my questions about wild animals?
I'll certainly try my best.
What an interesting way of looking at life. Ah, it is you. Just at the right time. There is something I wanted to discuss. Something about you. I am starting to believe that you are a true hero. You hold the lost crest, you wield the sword of the Creator, and you lead everyone in battle against great enemies. Not only that, but you are a strategist. You stand alongside rulers, supporting them, advising them. You do not seem particularly ambitious, and yet you accomplish so much. I am amazed that you can say so. I have been reading about the history of Fargus, you know. The kingdom's founder, Lug, the king of lions, had 2 advisors. One of them was Pan, the undesiring strategist. According to historical records, Pan wanted nothing for himself. He devoted himself entirely to Lug. He had tremendous power, but he never seemed concerned about his legacy. So in the old chronicles, there is hardly any mention of Pan's deeds. All that we know is that he helped Lug, his friend and leader. It is not surprising that you have never heard of him. I did not even know his name until recently. But when I watch how you conduct yourself, I feel that I am seeing the unknown deeds of Pan. It is only a thought, of course, but it makes me feel rather happy. Even if it is not in the pages of a history book, a life can be full of achievement. I know that I will never prevail over Edelgard. Even if I defeat her on the battlefield, I am what I am. Like you and this undesiring strategist, I will do what I am called to do, even if no mark of me remains in the history books.
Do you have a moment, Professor? I need to speak with you. Thank you so much. This is what I wanted to address. This letter from my adoptive father just arrived. Oh, have I not mentioned him? He's the reason I first came to the Officers' Academy. He's also the one who dragged me from the church where I was living, just so he could use my crest. My crest does not yet belong to a house, So he plans to use it as leverage to marry into the nobility. He's a very greedy man who was a roving merchant before adopting me, but now he's in the capital. This letter says that he's finally arranged to marry me off to a wealthy noble. I know he's just thinking of himself, but can't he see that this isn't a priority when we're at war? I don't know what to do about this proposal. I can't see any way around it, so I fear that I must. I just don't want to let go of the life that I've made for myself. I know it's not what my heart wants, but I don't have the strength to say no. I believe I've mentioned this before, but I want to work in service of the church. Well, I suppose it doesn't necessarily have to be the church, but I want to help those in need. If I were to marry a noble, I think it would be difficult to realize that dream. It's just, I've always allowed myself to follow the whims of those above me. I convinced myself that everything in life was at the will of the goddess. I was blind to reality. I believed it was her will to both pull me from the church and guide me to the officers' academy. The decision to enter this war was the first time I acted of my own free will. My adoptive father opposed this decision, but I somehow managed to convince him. Still, I couldn't free myself of him completely. This letter is proof of that. It's not that I'm scared of him, but there is something that worries me. I knew you'd understand, Professor. I've sat down to write a reply several times, but I can't muster up the courage or the words. I was hoping you could provide me with the encouragement I need. That's a very good point. We're only given one life, so we must do all we can to pursue our happiness. Okay. I think that may have been just the push I was looking for. I'll tell him the truth, that I found a life worth pursuing, and I must decline the proposal. Maybe I should tell him I've fallen for someone else. Why, it's you, Professor. Isn't that obvious? I'm just teasing. Now I'm off to write this letter and stand my ground. Thank you for your encouragement.
Professor.
Professor.
Thank you for helping me with my training again today, Professor. I'm gonna keep at it for a while longer, so you go on ahead. I can't. Not when I'm right on the cusp of using my power to greater potential. Surely you yourself are tired. Just don't worry about me, okay? I'm sorry, Professor. It was careless of me to continue, despite how fatigued I clearly was. I probably should have listened to you. Now I've made a mess of things. I can't help but feel the need to rush in all things constantly. You get that way when you realize you haven't got much time. 13 years ago, House Ordelia was involved in a civil conflict within the Empire. All we did was respond to a call for aid. We weren't involved politically. But once the rebellion was crushed, my family was held responsible for the aid we gave, and the Empire gained some sway over us as a result. At the time, the noble houses of the Alliance took a passive stance. No one lent aid to my family. As a result, some key officials within the family were killed, and people from the Empire were sent to replace them.
Among those people were some mysterious mages. They were unsettling, in a word, skin pale as death. One after another, they captured and imprisoned the children of our household. They began performing terrible rituals on the children, though it's probably more accurate to call them experiments. With the Empire monitoring our every move, my parents could do nothing but watch in horror as all of this unfolded. One after another, the children died, until the only one left was me. You know, my hair wasn't always this color. During their experiments, they'd been doing things with my blood. One morning, I awoke like this. A shock of white hair, all trace of pigment gone. Upon seeing me, the mages were delighted. They realized that their experiments had finally succeeded. Sure enough, they ran a test and saw that 2 crests coexisted within me. Losing pigment from my hair wasn't the only loss. The mages informed me that my lifespan was now greatly shortened. 5 more years at most, perhaps less. Shortly thereafter, the mages lost interest in me, and we never saw them in the Ordelia household again. Since all that, our family has been in decline. It's challenging now even to govern our territory. After all my mother and father have suffered, I at least want them to have peace as they grow older. That is all I wish for, but I haven't much time to ensure it comes to pass. It's not like what's been done to me can be undone. Professor, the only way I can conceive of would be to remove my crest somehow. But I don't know if that's even remotely possible. Even if it were, I wouldn't be of much use to you and the others without my crests. You sound resolved. I'll allow your resolve to bolster my own. Thank you, Professor.
Do you have time for a request?
Looks like I have to do some fishing. Cursed. Okay, at least we got it in the first bite. I actually managed to catch it. Come on. Okay, I think that was it.
You've done me a great
Yay.
service.
Okay, that wasn't so bad. Okay, so all I have left to do now is, I think all the quests are done. I'm just going to double check the quests. Okay, so we have a couple of mission-y quest battle type quests. And then otherwise, I just want to do some faculty training because everything else is done. So I could maybe do with some lances and any heavy armor I can get. And flying, I'm still working on flying.
The Church of...
Okay. Dimitri won't let me do any training. They're all looking not very useful. It's all like the characters that have skills that I don't really use. So Leonie's is like archery. I could go to tournaments.
Let me see.
Yeah, so I can get faculty training basically for archery or magic. I might do it just for, in case I want to be a mage in a later playthrough. Okay, where's Lysithia?
Perhaps I should. What matters? I don't because I fight.
Okay, one last one. Ah, it's called advanced drills now rather than faculty training. Okay, that's us. Oh, have I got more supports? No, okay. So I'm going to do manual because I want to switch to the group task so that... Oh, I don't have anything anyway. Ah, they've changed it. We have clearing rubble now. So I'm wanting to have Sylvain doing this because he's supposed to be becoming a great knight. I might put Dorothea on this, see if I can boost her. No, this is a crazy thing to do. Because I'm kind of wanting to like pair Sylvain and Dorothea, and I'm thinking that maybe it'd be helpful to have Dorothea have more speed so that, more strength so that she can have heavier spells and weapons. But this is still like, yeah, it's weird. And yeah, I'm still doing it. Okay. So we've got quite a few people with weapons A, so of course this is because Fairflight decided they only want to focus on one thing, which will make it fun when they actually realise that maybe they want to do something else, but oh well. Okay, training.
Question, Professor.
Oh. Wow.
You really think so?
I don't know if this was the correct answer or a different one. Okay, so Casper now wants to be a grappler. Okay, I think he's already like a brawler, but with axes, so I'll change him over to using gauntlets.
It'll be fun.
Happy to help.
How do you like that? I'm really getting...
This is making sense. I'll try to put this to use.
So I'm wondering if this will actually make any effects to the rubble that's everywhere, like if that will actually get less. I'm assuming it won't. I never really bothered with doing that one because I was always trying to get the riding up. Probably I should be doing that just now as well. Okay. Got, yeah, quite a lot of A's. Oh, and we still have Lysithia still learning authority. Because she's not chosen anything yet. Okay.
Learning these things gives me great difficulty.
Not sure I should sing with everyone. I'm not great at harmonizing.
Okay, we don't have any more supports. I'm gonna do seminars now, so yeah, it's the usual deal. I can do one explore and one battle according to the rules of the run. Otherwise I'll do seminars, so I'm going to do the battles on the 25th. And in the meantime, a seminar on something. Okay, so we can still get so yeah, we can get seminars with like authority, but not with like heavy armor or light riding or anything. Okay, I kind of am wanting to raise authority for quite a few units. Is there anything that's better? Where I can just have only like my own students in the class, like from the main squad. Okay, I'm gonna just go with my authority one because it's the thing that's hardest to get leveled any other way, since basically no one is choosing authority for their own goals.
Practice is paying off.
I'm a quick study.
Like I think Dimitri actually does,
my proficiency has improved.
but he's not responsive to anything at the moment, so we can't actually do anything. I'm like having like doubts about my heavy armor thing, like by a lot. I think I should like put on people that need horses instead. Yeah. Yeah. Well, how close are we to actually increasing any heavy armor? Yeah, it's going to take too long anyway. I'm just going to do the stable duty. With like, I can't remember who was needing it. Okay, Marianne needs stable duty. Maybe Leonie or Ferdinand. Okay, Sylvain has A already. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do instruct. Annoying. Oh no. Oh, Marianne. Marianne wants to be a cavalry class and do lances. Okay, so she's not gonna be healing anymore. Okay, fine. I'm gonna take her off doing horse riding in the weekly task and maybe put Sylvain back onto his
We will do a beautiful job,
heavy armor.
I am sure.
I'll do it.
Okay.
That was.
Right. Okay, so can I actually change Marianne
let this power
to one
go
of
on.
these classes?
Very well
then. Okay, certifications. So I've actually had Marianne as like a cavalry unit before and it was kind of awful. It's like worse than Dorothea trying to be a sword fighter. Okay, but she needs more lance, so she needs a C in lance. What does she have right now? Probably not very much. Okay, so she currently has only E in lance. But her horse riding is enough, so I'm not going to necessarily bother with having her do this horse riding anymore. I might just switch it to... this might switch back to my heavy armour from the other units. But I can't really do anything about this other than maybe do some seminars with lances. Maybe she'll change her mind again, if I've got any luck. Oh, and I do have some supports.
Marianne, are you not going to pray?
I finished. What is it?
I just wanted to apologize.
It's fine, Ferdinand. You did nothing wrong.
Last time we spoke, I did not quite finish saying what I wanted to say. You say I did nothing wrong, so perhaps you will hear me out this time?
Very well. What is it?
Rather than mourning the way things are, is it not better to accept reality and move forward from there?
Accept and move forward?
Precisely. You curse your heritage and reject your present situation. That makes you gloomy, even despairing. As long as you are held back by that way of thinking, nothing is ever going to change.
What about you? Do you really believe that you accept whatever comes in life?
I do. Come what may, I will never falter.
How?
Well, each person is born with a purpose. We must fulfill that purpose, no matter our circumstances. It imbues our lives with meaning and direction. That is what I believe, anyway. Everyone has something they are meant to accomplish. That is true for nobles, commoners, even bandits.
I see. So that's what you believe. Do you really think it's possible that someone like me has a purpose to fulfill?
Yes, of course.
Oh. I'll give this some serious thought. Thank you, Ferdinand. Your words have deeply moved me.
Is that so? How wonderful. I will pray that you find the answers you seek.
Okay, so there's a couple of changes now in the who's going to the classes because of things like Marianne deciding she wants to learn lances. So I'm just trying to find a good combination where I can have like mostly characters from my main squad. So there's a lot that I've got 3 so far. I would quite like to get one that's got like 4. I think it's not going to happen. Okay, so I'm maybe just going to go for something with lances then to help Marianne out a wee bit. And with 3 of my units. Okay, so lances and axes. The axes are useful for Ferdinand, but not for Marianne or Leonie, really, and also not necessarily for myself. Swords and lances. I've again got 3. Okay, this is looking more useful. I'm gonna go for this one.
Growth sustains me.
I'm a quick study.
I think I've got the idea.
Some new insight.
Probably not actually. Oh, anyway, okay, so instruct manually. I'm gonna change my group task back to the clearing rubble. I think some of them are already some way towards it. They've already got E+, like Petra. So maybe I'm just gonna... This is E+. Nobody. Okay. This time we'll do the auto-instruct and not forget about it.
There is always more to learn.
Okay.
Teacher.
Okay, so Ferdinand has actually chosen something now. He's going to start doing some riding, so we don't need to worry about having taken him off riding. If we had him on it, I can't remember even. Oh yeah, we did. So he's doing that. Is anyone else going to choose a path? No.
It'll be fun.
I'm glad for...
How do you... I'm really getting it, I think.
I'm finally grasping this.
Okay. I mean the Great Knight class is going to be a long way away because we need to have A in heavy armor, which is going to take really long. Ferdinand with his horse is going to have more chances. He's going to be able to change to a mounted class pretty soon. Or possibly, actually maybe he already is one. Maybe I'm going to need to change him right away. Let's have a look. Bernadetta, well, she's not in my main party. Marianne's horse riding is coming along. Her lances are still not enough for her to become like a cavalry, whatever the cavalry unit's called. Okay. Leonie's still making choices. And we're in the battle week. Okay, let's see if I need to make any changes to the units. Okay. Okay, so Sylvain's axe is also not quite there yet, but he's also working on that. Okay, Ferdinand wants to have a horse. He still needs more riding. I mean, I could demote him down to cavalry, but I don't really want to do that. It's kind of rubbish. Especially since I just shelled out for his promotion. Okay, let's try getting Dorothea again. Oh, there we go. Dorothea is now a swordmaster. Okay, so strange. Marianne wants to be cavalry. Okay, so I guess I should put Ferdinand back on his horse, which is, yes, a demotion. But it will mean he gets his horse riding faster. Hopefully he won't lose too many, like, in his stat change. So what are we losing? Okay, so we're losing 2 HP, 2 strength, 1 luck, gaining some dexterity, losing some speed. Not losing defense at least. But still, all in all, not necessarily a good thing to have to do. Especially because Ferdinand was starting to get kind of useful. Although no, well, I mean, I only just like reclassed him, so I guess it's just going back to what he was before anyway. So it's just a waste of money on the certification. Oh well, I'm gonna stop complaining and just get on with it. Okay, so battle. We've got these 2 quests. Oh, and this is a new one. A new auxiliary battle that's from the DLC. We haven't done one at Conan Tower yet. What level am I? Maybe I should do this one first. These are really low level, but this one's going to change into something else. Ugh, no, I'll do the easy ones first. See how my team is doing. So I think I'm going to need to double check everyone because things might have got switched around a wee bit in the last battle since we didn't actually have the full party. So I've got Dimitri, Felix, Ferdinand, Dorothea, Petra, Leonie, Lorenz. Where's Lorenz? Oh, I don't have Lorenz. Okay, so I'll just keep going. Marianne, Mercedes, Lysithia. Okay, so actually it was correct. And then I'm gonna assign Sylvain to Dorothea, I guess. It would make more sense to just assign him to Felix all the time, since they get the boost. Maybe I'll just assign him to Felix but not let them do their A+ until like nearer the end of the game. What is this? Yeah, so the close allies, we've got Felix, so like basically they're kind of on shot for this paired ending. They have quite a nice paired ending in the Blue Lines route, but I kind of want to get the Sylvain and Dorothea one for a change because I've never had it before. And I just find it amusing because they're basically both the same. Okay, so yeah, okay. I'm gonna sacrifice practicality just so that I can get different endings for a change. Okay, so who does Casper want to be? Oh yeah, because Sylvain is already maxed basically. Oh no, he's not even maxed with Felix. Okay, I'm gonna leave him on Felix for a bit longer, but then I'll just shift him over to Dorothea. Caspar. Oh, Caspar is also... Okay, I'll put Caspar and Dorothea. And then I need to work out someone else to use, because Dudu is not here either. We've got Ingrid. Okay, so Annette gives Mercedes some boosts, so I'll put Annette on Mercedes. They also get the might boost when they're participating in linked attacks together, so like Dimitri and Dudu, like Felix and Sylvain, like Ingrid and Felix, like Ingrid and Sylvain, they all boost each other's might. Okay. What are our enemies like? These are really low level. This is going to be a scoosh. Even though it's all archers. What's this guy? Some kind of mage. They do like 30 damage, 35, 42. Oh, as a mage. Okay, so the mage is the only thing that are remotely dangerous for Dimitri. Stick him over on the left hand side. Okay, and then I don't have my Lorenz and Ferdinand combo with their might boosting either. But well. I can boost Dimitri. Okay, I have Marianne down here. And who else? Marianne and Dorothea. Okay, this is kind of nice. So I'll put Dorothea next to Felix and then they can work on their supports, but also they can work on supports with each other. Like Dorothea can work on her supports with Sylvain as well. If she can actually do anything, since she's a sword fighting class and for no apparent reason. Maybe she's gonna be my best swordmaster. Okay. Oh, and maybe I want to change Dimitri's battalion back to this ridiculous protection one instead. Yeah, my heavy soldiers. Yeah, let's do it. Which means that someone else can get Dimitri's old battalion, who are also really. There's someone with C for the authority. Okay, so potentially Ferdinand even. Oh, he's already got it. Okay, Felix needs to change soon. But he's only got D, that's why he's still got a rubbish battalion. I think he's got a... Yeah, he's not good at learning authority. Okay. Oh, this one's given a really nice boost to Petra's Avoid, actually. Okay, I think I prefer the dodge for Leonie than the... Oh, actually protection could be good for her as well. More damage. Okay, no, I'm gonna keep her with this because it's like good against flying units. And I kinda like having Leonie like really specced against flying units. Okay. Ah. Annette's is maxed out, so I'm going to change her to something else. And she also has like really high authority. So I can like work on leveling up one of the nice battalions that I haven't used yet. Okay, like for like these ones for instance. Blessing. Like a lot of like interesting ones that I've never used. Okay. Start at the top. Oh, and I need to check my inventory. Okay, I've got a bunch of stuff I don't need. Okay, her Dorothea's speed's starting to get a bit better, but she still will get like really badly affected if she's carrying anything heavier than a training sword actually. So I'll just like leave her as she is just now. Oh, all of our weapons seem to have gotten like renewed. Okay, I'm gonna check and see if everyone's got some kind of ring on or whatever. So maybe like I could even use a speed ring for myself. Maybe I want Sylvain to have this knowledge thing because I'm wanting him to level up his heavy armour a bit faster and his axes and stuff. Well, actually, he's wanting to learn axes, so I should give him an axe. Where is this knowledge gem? Okay. Give him the super heavy axe. Killer axe, yeah. Yeah, and Casper's wanting to switch to using... Wait, he wanted to switch to doing brawling, I think. Okay, we've got some steel gauntlets, I'll give him those. We also had some rusted bow that we got in a mission, so I'm kind of wanting to see what we actually got from the rusted bow. No, not repair forge. Okay, so what is this? Oh, it's just a silver bow.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
No,
Is that the one? Thanks a
one.
bunch. Come back. Welcome. Come back.
I wonder if Dimitri's rundown battalion is actually still available. Oh, I could just swap my own one, that would have made sense. Oh well. Okay.
Let's make this quick.
Ready for anything.
My orders?
I will prevail.
Oh, we're up to Void 20 with the Petra's battalion now.
do my best.
More fighting.
I'll cut through.
I'll comply.
I can't believe that Dimitri's actually double hitting things. What is going on? Oh my god, this is so weird.
What's my strategy?
Child's play.
Pointless. This... Too easy.
Oh, that's bad.
I'll follow your example.
It's kind of fun to have Lysithia around. So like her ridiculous damage. How's 27? Oh, I might go on the Ferdinand to be the bait.
Appreciate it.
Oh wow, Dorothea's actually doing damage. Like, physical damage. It's mental. Okay, I'll let her go. Whoa, it's so strange. I guess this is like a really low level enemy map. I'm like not really sure how to process Dorothea doing damage with a sword that's not magic damage.
You're really tough.
So everyone but Dimitri's allowed to get experience.
Thank you.
Well done.
Pointless.
Iron.
Yeah, so I didn't really think that Mercedes was going to be so effective, but oh well. I guess there's no chance for Lysithia to get any experience here. These enemies are all too weak. because that's one quest out the way. We've got another one that's also quite low level, so I mean we're sitting at basically level 40, so these ones are like not really level appropriate. I'm sure when we go into the DLC battle, Dorothea won't be doing damage with strength attacks anymore. No, it's on the beach. It's the worst. Okay, yes, we've got like... Oh, we've got some sword masters. These are kind of annoying, these guys. But they can't do any damage to Dimitri, I don't think. Unless they do crits, but then their crits are going to be 0 times 3, so... And they have Axebreaker. Okay, let's just... yeah. Dimitri can bait all of these units. Yeah. I think I'll be putting Dimitri out without any weapon. And everyone else can take care of these ones. There's like, what is this? One archer? One mage. Okay. But he needs to take some damage. How much damage? How much is the mage's speed? 18? I think I'm going to let Dimitri get hit by both the mage and maybe just the mage. I'm going to definitely let him get hit by the mage. Possibly the archer also, because I want to have his battalion lose some endurance. At the moment it's still at full. He needs to take damage if it's going to go down. Okay, so my horse units are going to have difficulty on this map. I'm going to guess have to make him get off of it. Okay, so there was Marianne, Dorothea. Okay, it's fine. Okay, let's fight.
I will prevail.
My orders?
Oh, cool. When did I get such cool combat arts for Leonie?
Let's make this quick. At your service.
Ready for anything.
I'll cut through.
More fighting.
Ah, thanks.
I'll do my best.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the bit about taking off his weapon. Oh well. Oh, mage attack Dimitri.
Too easy.
I'll comply.
What's my strategy? How sweet.
I don't know what I'm doing there. Right. Good. Guess it would be kind of rude if I just deliberately just tried to have this guy attacking Dimitri for a while. And yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. And send everyone else away.
Wasted effort.
Thank you. Did the trick.
Thanks.
Still at 112. Why are these soldiers not getting depleted? My goodness.
Sorry.
Wasted effort.
Ooh. Rewind.
What's my strategy? More fighting.
Let's make this quick.
I'll comply.
I'll cut through.
I'll do my best. At your service.
Ready for anything.
My orders?
I will prevail.
Done something dumb here.
What's my strategy?
We have this covered.
More fighting.
I'll cut through.
Let's make this quick.
Yeah!
do my best.
Wasted effort.
At your service.
Well done.
His endurance is going down very, very slowly.
I will prevail.
My orders?
I don't need help. I'll comply. Wasted effort.
Okay, so this mage is out of anything. I guess maybe I'm going to need to do a battle where I take off this Aegis shield from Dimitri so we can actually take some damage, because otherwise we're never going to have a battalion that's at a third endurance. It's like, never thought this would be a problem. Anyway, in the meantime we've got this mage to take out. Let Marianne hold Dimitri.
Wasted effort.
And then I think we should be able to kill this guy with Lysithia and Dorothea, hopefully. Okay, so we've still got this tower battle. This is level 29, so it should be at least a little more challenging. Okay, so... so this is a battle that a map that we've seen I think only once before. Like way back at the start of chapter 1 when we were taking down Sylvain's brother. Okay, 41, 40, 44, 48. Okay. Get some good damage from the... It's 28 speed is maybe gonna be dangerous. 21, 2 hits. So 2 hits, 12 resilience. 23, so like 11 per hit. So it will do some good damage but not kill. Okay, I'm gonna like be sending Dimitri out to try to get hit by mages a wee bit. Oh, and this one as well. Okay. Got some interesting units. This is I think defense, seal defense, yeah. Okay, we've got definitely some challenges for Dimitri at least. But this is mostly just going to mean that we're going to be able to decrease his endurance a wee bit, I think. Got a lot of sword breakers. What's this? It's be like this. Oh yeah, divine defense. But that's not a problem because we're going to kill it with a mage. Many sword breakers. Okay, so Felix is going to go up here, bait this one, and then the others are going to be trying to take out some of these sword breakery type units. The main one I'm kind of worried about is this flying unit because they're always pain, and then also the 2 horses. But it should be not too bad, I guess. Might let Dimitri get hit by this unit as well. And then take out all of these ones myself. Okay, I've got my 2 archers, they should be quite handy. This guy will take a while to get anywhere. So... send Dorothea up the back as well. Okay, Ferdinand can be down the front, he can also maybe use an axe. But my main ones are going to be these 2 archers. Okay. Let's see if we've got any weapon problems. Okay, so Dimitri could do with having a sword since there's a lot of not really, there's one anti-sword person. Yeah, okay, no, I'll just leave him as he is. What does he get experience for? Doesn't say. Does it? Can find this out anywhere. Ah, from the reclass menu. Okay, swords. Sword, lances and authorities, and I think he's maxed out. Oh, and he also got a new ability which might be a cool one. Let's have a look and see what it is. Luck and charm. Don't think we need to bother with this. Well, yeah, actually, until we've got our 2 things, until we've got our battalions in. Oh, we definitely don't want defensive tactics at all. This is like making the battalions go down more slowly. Okay, let's swap all of these battalion ones out. Axe breaker. Get some more HP. Get some more authority. Not sure. I'm kind of wanting to get hit, so I don't want to. Okay. Oh, I do have close counter. Oh well. Do I want sacred power or something else? I'm thinking the lance breaker on Ferdinand will be pretty helpful, but I'm going to want him to actually have an axe. You could probably do with the lance skill as well. Oh, and Dorothea has a few new things now. Is there anything to steal? No. Ooh, bow breaker. Okay, I'm gonna switch this out for bow breaker actually. She's mostly been doing her reason spells anyway. And it's matching what she's wanting to be doing, so that's fine. Oh, and Lysithia also has Bowbreaker and has no faith at all, so let's also switch that out. Battlefield Desperation is no use at the moment, but can maybe consider using her. Oh yeah, like I really want her to actually get this. I should stop topping up her battalion. Okay, Sylvain is not in the battlefield anyway. Okay. Okay, so this is a sniper only skill, so which is very nice, but she has like two ones that are basically two attacks. One is when she's right up close and one is when she's further away. It's kind of tempting to keep her as an archer just for this reason. Because she's like doing ridiculous damage from very far back. Okay, anyway, battalions.
Well.
So Dimitri's we definitely don't want to top up. I kind of need to get Lysithia getting some damage so that her battalion will take some damage as well then. Okay, let's start. Of course, if Lysithia takes damage, she tends to die immediately.
Ready for anything.
Oh, this is a mage. So this one has to fly all the way around in order to get to us. Okay.
I'll comply.
I'll cut through.
My orders?
I will prevail.
Let's make this quick.
What's my strategy?
Okay, so this is at the moment Leonie has her protection up by an extra 5 points? 5 points. So she's at 31, which is also pretty good.
I'll do my best. At your service.
More fighting.
Let's try.
Okay, we were expecting some damage there. Forty-two, 26.
Now is the...
That helps.
This'll help.
So this one's doing 42 damage, 26 attack speed. So for Dimitri this means 1 hit, but quite a lot of damage. So I'm gonna keep this one alive and hope that we can reduce Dimitri's endurance a wee bit for his battalion.
Thanks.
Let's see if we can get Lysithia a wee bit of controlled damage as well. So this one's attacking her twice. Okay, this is all non-controlled damage right now. Let's see. Okay, this one presumably has pass. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Does anyone have advantage? So, who is needing experience? Dorothea, Lysithia, Marianne, not Dimitri.
You're relentless.
Sorry.
This is...
Okay, that's reduced his defense, but that's not a problem for us anyway. Now, endurance is taking a bit of a hit, so I'm gonna actually... yeah, let this do its 3 attacks. And make sure that I'm not...
Injuries mean nothing.
Okay, there's 0 chance to crit, that's good. Okay.
Wasted effort.
Apologies.
Down to 2.
Wasted effort.
Just a crit. No! What? There was 0 chance of crit. Why has it got a crit? There's like literally 0% chance of crit. How is this critting? It's ridiculous. Okay. Apparently the game's deciding that I'm cheating.
I'll do my best.
I don't need help.
Ready for anything.
More fighting.
Let's make this quick.
At your service.
What's my strategy?
I'll cut through.
I'll comply.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's out of juice. Okay. Oh, we got lots of money again. Okay, so it's Gilbert's birthday, and I actually have the tea ready for a change. He likes almond blend and lavender blend.
I am honored. The scent. You have my gratitude. How delicious. Indeed.
Plans for the future? Cooking mishaps, maybe. He doesn't really have anything other than... Okay, your ambitions? Okay. I thought he didn't have any ambitions. I thought he just wanted to feel guilty for the rest of his life. Okay, food in the dining hall? No. Overcoming weaknesses sounds like a good one. And word of advice. Okay, this one is also fine.
I enjoy a bit of fishing. I hear you do as well?
We have one correct answer for this, which is not, which we have. Oh.
Thank you for the...
Okay, we've got our charm increases.
You're wrong. It's not like that, Glenn. I swear it. Any love I once had for my stepsister has been tossed aside. Only hatred remains. If I could tear that woman to shreds right this very moment, I would! I don't care if she's the Emperor. It's no different than killing anyone else. So I beg you, all of you, do not worry about my resolve. Please, Father, and you too, stepmother, do not gaze at me with that look in your eyes. I will bring you her head soon, and when I do, you may finally rest in peace. I know it. Yes, I know it. What do you want? I see. We should make haste and prepare to move out at once. I must kill her as soon as possible. We have no time to leisurely set up camp. If I must, I will go by myself.
Pardon the interruption. We must prepare a counterattack at once. The Imperial Army has caught wind of our position. It would seem they were patrolling this place after all.
The Imperial Army, is it? Well, well.
Your Highness, I ask that you please refrain from reckless behavior in battle.
It would seem the report that the Knights of Syros have returned was accurate. This is going to take some effort.
Brother, I heard a rumor that there is a vicious murderer among our enemies.
Well, who knows if there's any truth to it? Though I admit we have lost some soldiers recently. Whether he's among them or not, taking on the Knights of Seros is extremely dangerous. You're not ready for the front lines, Fleisch. Stay in the back and support us from there. Understood?
No, I want to stay with you. I have to...
I need you to understand, Fleisch. I will come back, I promise.
Fine. I trust you, brother. Please, be safe.
All units, prepare to attack!
Thank you so much.
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
Okay, so we've got a couple of supports and I'll do those in this video, and then in the next video we'll just only have the battle, really. Oh, there's a lot of supports. Okay.
Sylvain!
Hey, Felix. I'm glad you're safe.
You irresponsible fool! Protecting me like that? You're so weak, and yet you always...
Look, it doesn't matter. As long as you're safe. You can go on living, while I...
Stop kidding around! You're not going to die. I won't let you!
Nah, I won't die on you, I promise. You think something like this could kill me? No way. A little magic will take care of the wound. Some bed rest, then I'm good to go out and do it all over again.
Sylvain?
Oh, come on, that was funny. It's not like you to be so concerned.
You really are a fool. The biggest in all of Fodlan. I thought something was off. There's no way you could die from such a small cut. You're so reckless and inattentive. I thought this might be divine punishment.
Hey, that's not nice. You should be thanking me.
I am grateful. You've been doing this since we were children. Constantly fooling around, but then showing up and helping when we really need you. I'll admit, seeing that smile on your face, I almost want to give you a hug. Almost.
A hug? Did you get hit on the head? Come on. Tell me you want to hug me again. I liked it.
I won't be repeating it, you half-wit. You're obviously fine, so I'll leave now.
You know how we grew up together?
Obviously.
Do you remember the promise we made when we were kids? About sticking together until we die together?
I remember.
Well, I'm really not trying to get myself killed before you. You know that, right?
I know. But I'm tired of these close calls. You have to stop fooling around. Take your training more seriously. You can die whenever you please, but I'm not going down with you.
Okay, I get it. Once I've healed, I'll get my act together.
Then I hope you have a speedy recovery. Sylvain, thank you.
That's what friends are for, Felix.
Oh, how I just love to clean the library room. Just takes a flash of light, and then it all goes boom. A flash, and then a big boom.
If you blow up the library, where will we put the books?
A flash, and then a big bang! What are you doing here, Felix?
I heard singing.
You were watching me again, weren't you?
Well, your skill is impressive, I'll admit.
Oh, today of all days! I knew I should have chosen a different song.
A different song? Like what?
Any of them! The box song, or maybe the dungeon song?
Now those sound interesting.
No, they're just regular songs. Forget it. While you're here, can you help me clean up? I need the books on that shelf up there, but I can't reach them.
Oh, sure, no problem. What? You're not going to sing anymore?
No way! It's too embarrassing. And that song isn't even finished anyway.
Ah, that's too bad. I wanted to hear what happened after the library was blown away.
Hey, don't look at me like that. Okay, fine. If you insist, I'll sing just a bit more. Oh, how I just love to clean the library room. Just takes a flash of light, and then it all goes boom. A flash, and then a big boom. Suddenly the deed is done. My, what a great job I did. Who says cleaning isn't fun?
Huh. That doesn't really explain what happened with the library. Maybe they'll build a new one?
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
And that's how it's done.
Good to know. There are so many differences between bows and blades.
Yes, you're a quick learner, Leonie, and quite a good teacher as well.
Must be Captain Gerald's influence. The weather, the terrain, the enemy's feelings. You have to find ways to make it all work for you.
I agree. A warrior can't stick too closely to predefined tactics. That's quite shrewd. You're impressive for a girl.
For a girl? Come on, you're past that. Looking down on your opponent is a great way to fall into a pit trap, isn't it?
I suppose that's true.
Glad you remember.
I still have much to learn. Not only about swordplay, but also about thinking on my feet. I hope to learn more from you, Leonie.
Count on it. We'll come up with plenty of new ideas if we work together. Guess that means we're partners, doesn't it?
We're what?
Partners. Friends who help each other improve.
Huh. Partners. That's not bad.
Not at all. Looking forward to working with you, partner.
Likewise, partner.
Sylvain, I've been looking for you. Do you have a moment?
Hey, Lysithia. I was about to grab some food. Would you like to come along?
Actually, yes. That sounds fine.
Great. Let's go. The dining hall isn't exactly relaxing, is it? If there's a next time, I'll take you somewhere with a much better atmosphere.
I don't really care about the atmosphere. I just wanted to apologize.
Nah, I get why you told me off. There's nothing you need to apologize for.
Can you just shut your mouth and listen for once? Here's something you may have already picked up on. I very much dislike being treated like a child. I've worked very hard to be where I am now, and such treatment makes it feel like all of that work is being ignored.
But I think you're a genius, and you work harder than I ever did. When I was your age...
Yes, you already told me all of this. Back then, you were just as devoted to goofing off as you are now.
Ah, so I already told you that. What a perfect memory you have.
And there it is. You're always so quick to flatter every woman you come across. I knew that, and yet I never thought you would direct your antics at me.
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I know how hard you work, and I really wasn't trying to upset you. I just wanted to chat.
I do not mind that you wished to chat with me. In fact, you might even say I was happy about it. Just a bit.
Seriously? It sure didn't seem that way.
Well, it's true. Your behavior is maddening. But in retrospect, I realized that was you treating me as you do all women, rather than like a child. I wasn't thinking about it like that at the time, and so I snapped at you. I could have perhaps approached the matter with a tad more maturity. Therefore, I would like to apologize.
An apology? That is not how these conversations usually turn out. There's no need for that, though. Really, you'll make me blush if you keep this up. Listen, Lysithia, I want you to know that I meant every word, even if sincerity is difficult for me. You're as lovely as you are clever, and you have this strange charm about you. That's what I really honestly think.
There you go again with your false flattery.
I swear to you, it isn't false at all. And it's not flattery if it's the truth.
Say what you will, you're still gonna have to earn my trust. Just this once, I'll cut you some slack. Don't get used to it. It's not like I can change who you are as a person.
Sweet and tolerant. You never cease to amaze.
I'll leave you with this. Don't say things you don't mean. It makes it impossible to tell the lies from the truth. Don't come crying to me if you carry on as you have and end up with no friends.
I have to say, Lysithia, your harshness is one of those things I find so charming about you.
You are exhausting. I guess the positivity is okay, though.
Ah, you have arrived at just the right time. Care for one of these handmade treats?
My goodness, Ferdy. When did you become such a talented confectioner?
Oh, Dorothea, I am hardly an expert.
Nevertheless, you have managed to make some tasty-looking treats.
Well, it is the first time I have tried my hand at it. Honestly, there were several unsuccessful attempts preceding this batch. I made these pastries to solve that riddle you gave me. The reason you despise me.
Oh?
You said I was like a bee. The bee is a dutiful worker, just as I am. But the bee inherits a capacious home, with a wealth of honey. Similarly, I inherited my fortune. I did not receive it as a reward for my labor. I surmised that perhaps you'd feel differently about me if I earned something all on my own. That was my plan, to emulate your transformation from desperate pauper to successful songstress.
All on your own? Did you renounce your nobility? Give away your riches?
No, I made these. I obtained all the ingredients on my own, without anyone's help.
You mean, you got the sugar and the flour?
Yes. To earn the flour, I worked in the fields. To earn the sugar, I carried a merchant's wares.
Who did the cooking? You?
Naturally. I took on some extra chores in exchange for use of the kitchen at night.
I have to admit, that's impressive. Hey, it looks like you had a bit of an accident. Is your hand okay?
I burned myself a little while I was baking. Nothing to worry about.
Nonsense. That burn will scar you now. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
Wait, Dorothea! You have yet to try my treats.
You should be fine now, Ferdy. Big shot nobles have to treat their bodies with care just like the rest of us.
There you go again. Noble this, noble that. Though you did say it with less disdain than usual.
Nothing gets past you. As it were, I may have reconsidered you a little.
You have reconsidered me? Finally! Just as I had hoped, we are becoming friends. Now then, I propose that we...
I only said I reconsidered a little. And you still haven't figured out why I said you're like a bee. Which is funny, because you look like a bee right now. Bye!
So, I am still a bee. A completely mystified bee.
Ferdinand.
Huh? Ah, Petra. Is there something I can help you with?
No, I am not needing help. I was just thinking that you look... lonely.
Lonely? In wartime? Hardly. I am too busy trying to survive to feel lonely. But once we have survived, what will you do with yourself, Petra? Return to your home? As an Imperial hostage, you would be freed if the Empire were to fall.
Yes. My plan is to be returning home. But if Bridget and Fodlan can be friendly, I will be able to have visits whenever I choose. Maybe it is even possible for me to be living in Fodlan.
Live in Fodlan? Do you not want to go back to your homeland?
I do have the hope of returning one day, but Fodlan is also like a homeland to me now. I came to Fodlan 9 years ago. I have been living half of my life here. My family is living in Brigid, but in Fodlan, I have new family and new friends.
New family? I am glad to hear you feel that way about us, Petra. In that case, we will have to make sure that none of us die. We do not want to lose anyone in the family.
Yes, we will be winning, and you will not be dying.
Ha! Do not worry. I do not intend to die. I have some things to do when the war is over.
Things?
Yes. You and I can be the link between Fodlan and Brigid.
Oh.
Okay, I have to confess. I fibbed a little. About not being lonely. When this war ends, I will be quite lonely indeed. If you go back to Brigid.
Is that a truth?
I have just made a decision. I will work as an ambassador, improving relations between our people. Whether you are in Brigid or Fodlan, I will be there too. Then both places can move forward together in eternal friendship. We ought to join forces and make that a reality. Do you not agree?
You have my gratitude, Ferdinand. All of it. I have loneliness just like you. But your words gave me great happiness. Please do what you are saying, and be a bridge for Fodlan and Brigid.
You can count on me. We will keep at it, and one day...
Yes, one day, we will be seeing that future.
Oh, hey, Marianne.
Leonie?
I thought greenhouse duty was mine today. What are you doing here?
Oh,
I'm sorry. You've been avoiding me ever since I lost my temper, haven't you? You're probably scared of me now. In the moment, I was hurt. I'm sure you had good reasons to act the way you did. If you want me to leave you alone, I will. I promise. You've got nothing to fear from me.
Leonie,
I've watered all the plants, so I'm done here. I'll get out of your way.
Wait!
Huh? Hey, what is it?
It's, I don't mean to bother you. I'm sorry for keeping you here.
No, not at all. Thanks for keeping me. Honestly, I've been worried about you. If you ever want to talk about anything, just say so. I'll make time.
I've been avoiding people for most of my life, so I'm not the best at speaking.
I know it's hard. You've been through a lot. But it's worth the extra effort to talk to your friends.
I make everyone uncomfortable. I just don't know how to carry on a conversation.
Hey, we're having one right now. And I'm telling you, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm actually really happy. So don't worry about me. And it's okay to be quiet sometimes, but try to find a middle ground at least. Otherwise, you'll never get any better.
Oh.
As far as what to talk about, anything's good. Hobbies, things you like, a dream you had last night. Really, anything.
Okay then. I like this flower. I think it's nice.
I think so too. Did you know that where I come from, those have a completely different color?
Oh, really? I'd like to see that.
Great. Come visit my village someday. In fact, we should invite all of our friends. It'll be fun.
Oh, yes. That would be very exciting.
Okay, so that's it for the first half of chapter 14. The main mission is going to be in a separate video, which will hopefully be quite short because it should just be the mission. But anyway, that's going to be later, so thanks for watching and goodbye.